Good evening, everybody. Lundlubber here, and we're bringing you our next weekly Vault video. This week, we do have quite a few hero slots on the Shaman. I've got a couple myth slots on the Warrior, and then I have a ton of options on the Warlock. So that is the order in which we plan on going. We're going to start with the Shaman. I got a little bit of a heroic re-clear going on the Shaman last week. Some alts and stuff like that getting in on there. Didn't do too great, but got some vault options, and that's really what counts. So I'm pretty sure we got 6 out of 8. We went all the way up through Fractalus to include Soul Hunters, if I remember right. So plenty of options that can come from there. On the Shaman, what I would like to see would be tier, obviously, because I don't have 4-piece yet on the Shaman. Wouldn't also mind seeing, the Soul Hunters boots. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or getting something else along the lines of, like a decent trinket or something like that. So we're going to head on over here, and we'll see what happens with this vault. We're in Restoration Loot Spec, as expected for us on the Shaman this time around. Boom, boom, boom. Shield. We're rocking a champion shield. Then we've got a trinket. I think that's a decent healer trinket. Pretty good for on-demand kind of absorb shields as well. So I'll probably end up taking that trinket and just call it a day there with that trinket. Pretty simple choices on the Shaman this week, realistically. So we'll take that and not put too much thought into it. Then we'll move into the Warrior. We didn't play the Warrior too much last week. I mainly just kind of knocked some stuff out last night, trying to get some vaults, because we just had scheduled, not overlaps, but, issues when it came to trying to get everybody on at the same time. I was doing other stuff. Other people were doing other stuff. So 2 myth slots on the Warrior coming up here. Fingers crossed we end up getting something worthwhile for this guy. I've already got quite a few myth slots on him, so. All right. So we've got myth gloves or myth shoulder. Honestly, either are probably going to be good, but I was just looking at these gloves. I was thinking about catalyzing this pair of hero gloves the other day, and it's really good for prod. So I'm just going to take the myth gloves and move on from there. And then we got a Tazavesh Streets of Wonder 12. Now, this is the most exciting vault that we can get here on the Warlock. We have 3 myth slots from our Mythic Plus dungeons, and then we have our 3 hero slots. We did get AOTC on the Warlock last week, so I've got, not unlimited, but I've got a lot more options than you would normally get from just doing a 6 out of 8, right? So I can get the dagger from the Nexus Prince. I could get some of the Dimensius Ring, something like that. Ideal situation, I'm looking at one of those myth slots from Mythic Plus Dungeons. That's going to be higher item level, right? Probably a little bit more impactful. But we'll see what's going on with this vault. Destruction Loot Spec, here we go. Okay. So, Hero Trinket. I don't see this usually on many of the Sims, so I'm not worried about that. Hero Boots. We got the Reshi Wrap Boots, so not going to take that. And then the trinket. Also, haven't seen too much about this trinket, so we're going to move on. The gloves, we're upgrading these cuffs that I'm wearing right now, actually, to 720 this week. I finally get another spark that's going to allow me to do that. A myth helmet, so that's just raw item level increase there. But then this bad boy. This necklace right now currently sims highest out of everything that I can get on my Warlock, in both single target and AoE. So, seeing that I have an option here between myth tier or a myth necklace, that's a tough one. We're just going to do another quick little sim and see what the numbers actually come out to be. So we'll do 1 boss, 5 minutes. We'll upgrade this all the way. And we will add some sockets to it as well. We will upgrade this all the way. Add a socket to it. And we will see single target what ends up being better, and then we'll change this to an AoE one real quick and do the same options. Really just to make sure that we make the right decision for our character. Not that it matters, because it's a video game, but just a couple pieces. So it looks like single target, we're looking at about 170k DPS increase for that necklace moving over to that. So that's relatively significant. The helmet would only end up being about a 70k, so it's almost a little over double the damage increase to take the necklace. And same thing in AoE. So Myth Necklace is where we go. Not bad, because I was trying to hit some floodgates this week to try to get this necklace on the hero track anyways, so a myth version of it works out quite nicely. But that is all that we've got for you today. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to go get some upgrades here, and then we'll be hitting a heroic re-clear with a new guild here, and trying to get some more drops and stuff like that. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to follow and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys later when I go live on Twitch. Thanks again.